This is where I first took my guitar lesson. Actually, where that pile of stuff is. There used to be a building here where Miller Violin Shop was, and this gravel pit is where I took guitar lessons back years and years ago, right between these buildings. I didn't know they took down the building, but it's gone. We used to come and eat this barbecue place a lot, or we would wait, you know, for our lessons and whatever, and then come over for our lessons that were being taught in the building that no longer exists. Miller Violin. RIP. Here's where my first lessons were actually in the back of this building, in a building back there. This is Fretted Instruments in Homewood.
I thought your first ones were at the other place.
Well, I took from a guy for a short period here, and he was a big Beatles freak, so it didn't really turn me on. So then I went and took from Kenny, and Kenny taught me the rock. But I did take lessons here one time, and there was a building out behind this building where all the lessons were taught.
That little building?
Yeah, back there in the back. So I spent a lot of time here learning Beatles songs from the very beginning.
CJ would be proud.
Yeah, CJ would have been proud. I learned When I'm 64 and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. No, that was a different place. Here he is, the most famous landmark in Birmingham, Alabama, the Vulcan. When I moved here, that was the thing you had to see, and it's also where all the fireworks are, the 4th of July, and sort of the center of Birmingham.
Oh, I guess we missed it.
Oh, you missed it. Where the heck to go? Okay. Right now, Lisa. Yay. Alright, there it is. Used to be Louie Louie's. Now called Club Crush. They stole our name. And it looks like our font, too, the bastards. Let's see if they got a sign out there. There it is. Used to be Louie Louie's. There's all kinds of stuff down in here in 5 Points. I played at some of them, ran sound at some of the bars. There used to be a record store down here that was really cool. Record store, mind you.
Highlandum is still here. Highlandum.
I think. Well, no, it's on down. Yeah. It's kind of hard to remember, but the Rock Connection was right here in this building, right next to Adamson 5 car, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, right here. Yeah. S-Class. Used to be Rock Connection back in the day. That was cool. How about that place? Let me think. What I remember it was really low ceilings. My favorite memory of that is the Vallejo brothers.
Why are you looking at me?
And AJ Vallejo was hanging from the ceiling off one of the lower rafters. And the rafter broke while he was swinging on it. And he flew and hit the ground on the stage. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. All right, we're on 20th Street, downtown Birmingham. Fixing to go under the viaduct into Division Street and Morse Avenue. Morse Avenue is the old street, one of the original streets, I think, from way back in the Birmingham days. Let's see, right here, I think. Yep.
Right?
Yep, with the cobblestone streets. This should be fun and bumpy. When I was about, I don't know, 15, I played at a place called the Eclectic Theater down here on Morse Avenue, and I can't remember which building it was in exactly.
Can I have the bird? The pigeons.
Alloway pigeons. What I remember most about the gig at the Eclectic Theater was the band that we opened for. It was called Surgical Steel. And they had this crazy singer who painted his face like King Diamond. And anyway, he scared me. His name was Richard Burroughs. And they were like a super heavy rock band. We did like Maiden and stuff, but they did stuff that was just like really crazy. So this is Morse Avenue, site of probably my first ever gig. I know I said that earlier, but there were actually 2 first gigs. One was at WT's and one was at down here at Morse Avenue at Eclectic Theater. Birmingham, one of the coolest places, well, for rock and roll. A lot of times they have concerts out here at Sloss Furnace. And Birmingham being a big steel town, it's kind of like Pittsburgh in that way, or some of the Pennsylvania areas up there, and because of all the steel. But Sloss Furnace was a steel mill, and one of the stages is down here underneath this thing. It's Sloss Furnace. Probably the most other famous thing, besides the fact that there's live concerts there, was that the Brother Kane video, "Got No Shame," was filmed at Sloss Furnace. Our boy David rocked it. And oh yeah, one more thing. Mike's Pawn Shop. Let's just end it with Mike's Pawn Shop. That's where all guitar players go one day to...
go that way.
You can, I guess. Go, turn left.
You got me... it's a red light.
It's downtown, who cares?
The cops.
There's no cops.
Yeah, there would be.
The musical journey would be complete without the music store that I hung out the most and then ended up working at. Used to be in the shopping center on the right. Music Alley. When I first moved to Birmingham, that's where it was. It was in that shopping center right there. My biggest memory of that was having a car with no reverse. And so what I did, so I really wanted to go to the music store really bad. So I would drive my car with no reverse up here to Music Alley, which is about, I don't know, 20 minutes from my house, or 15. And I would park it on a hill so I could just let myself roll back out, so I didn't have to use reverse at all. Then he moved the store, I don't know, probably in the late 80s to Hoover. But I had some pretty cool experiences at the one up here, like buying my second guitar, my first Gibson, from him. So that concludes rock and roll in Birmingham. Say bye.